Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today from our Islamabad studio. I'm Chris Taylor. China says it is ready to work with the United States on the basis of equality and mutual respect, while welcoming a possible visit by U.S. President Donald Trump. Beijing says both countries should resolve differences through dialogue and cooperation, with discussions expected to focus on bilateral relations, regional peace, and global development initiatives. Ahead of his proposed China visit, President Trump said Iran-related issues will be among the key topics in talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping. He also expressed hope that a reciprocal Chinese visit to the United States could take place before the end of 2026. Trump further stated that the Russia-Ukraine conflict may be approaching an end and described upcoming diplomatic engagements as constructive and positive. Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi held a telephone conversation with Azerbaijani Foreign Minister Ceyhun Bayramov to discuss bilateral cooperation and evolving regional developments amid heightened tensions across the Middle East. The United Kingdom has announced plans to deploy drones, fighter jets, and a warship as part of a multinational defensive mission aimed at protecting shipping routes in the Strait of Hormuz. According to Reuters, the mission will include autonomous mine-hunting systems, Typhoon fighter jets, and the Royal Navy destroyer HMS Dragon. British Defense Minister John Healey made the announcement during a virtual meeting attended by more than 40 Allied defense officials. He said the operation would remain defensive, independent, and credible, adding that it would become fully operational once conditions permit. The move follows increasing concerns over maritime security in one of the world's most strategic waterways. The International Energy Agency says global oil supply is expected to fall short of demand this year due to disruptions linked to the ongoing U.S.-Israel conflict involving Iran. In its latest monthly report, the agency stated that restrictions in the Strait of Hormuz have already resulted in cumulative supply losses exceeding 1 billion barrels. The IEA reported that more than 14 million barrels per day are currently shut in, describing the situation as an unprecedented shock to international energy markets. The agency also warned that rising oil prices are slowing global economic growth and reducing energy consumption worldwide. We now go to Islamabad, where our correspondent Sarah William has more on Pakistan's internal security and regional concerns.
Defense Minister Khawaja Asif has issued a strong warning to Afghanistan over alleged support for terrorist groups operating against Pakistan. Speaking in the National Assembly, he said Pakistan had made repeated diplomatic efforts and engaged in lengthy negotiations with the Kabul administration to address security concerns. Khawaja Asif claimed Afghanistan was acting as an Indian proxy and stated there was no difference between Delhi and Kabul regarding hostility towards Pakistan. He emphasized that terrorism remains a national issue requiring a united response from all institutions and provinces. The defense minister also called for the implementation of commitments related to the former tribal areas to ensure long-term peace and stability.
Thank you, Sarah William. Reporting from Islamabad, Federal Minister for Information Ataullah Tarar has said the Pahalgam incident was a false flag operation and accused India of avoiding an impartial investigation into the matter. Addressing a seminar in Islamabad, he said Pakistan continues to play a frontline role in the global fight against terrorism and has made significant sacrifices over the years. Ataullah Tarar said India was attempting to mislead the international community by blaming Pakistan for its own internal issues. He further stated that Pakistan's civil and military leadership remain fully united on matters of national security. He also reiterated that the Kashmir issue remains an internationally recognized dispute that should be resolved peacefully in accordance with United Nations resolutions. A high-level meeting chaired by Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi and Minister of State Talal Chaudhry has approved several key measures aimed at protecting Rawal Dam from pollution. The meeting reviewed proposals for the installation of sewage treatment plants on drains flowing into the reservoir to ensure a safe and clean water supply for residents. Mohsin Naqvi also directed authorities to continue operations against land grabbing and illegal constructions in Islamabad, saying the anti-encroachment campaign would proceed without pressure or compromise. Officials additionally reviewed progress on the new Parliament Lodges block, with instructions issued to complete the project by June 30th. And finally, the Punjab government has decided to include Marka-e-Haq in the provincial education curriculum as part of efforts to promote patriotism and national unity. The decision was taken during a meeting of the Information Steering Committee under the National Action Plan, chaired by Information Minister Asma Bukhari. The meeting reviewed measures aimed at strengthening national cohesion and preventing the spread of hate content. Authorities also approved plans to produce films focusing on Marka-e-Haq and themes of national unity. Additional steps were endorsed to improve monitoring of hate speech on social media platforms, particularly during Muharram, in an effort to maintain law and order across the province. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today. I'm Chris Taylor.